Hey everybody, it's me again with the second video I just promised. Um, there's one main shout out I forgot to give. It's a big one because he's my brother on here. We have the same views, the same opinions on a lot of things, and we like a lot of the same guns. Anyway, the situation I was telling you about is my daughter called me and her mother, and she wants to come to her house. Needless to say, her and her husband live in the house with her in-laws, and there had been a lot of trouble. And I'm a permit holder. I carry a gun everywhere I go. It's legal to carry it. When I got there, she was there, so we were packing her and my grandkids up, and they all showed back up. And they had called her sister-in-law to come and beat her up, which was a mistake in the first place, because the goofy girl can't. My daughter would just tear her up. Well, my daughter was holding my 3-year-old granddaughter, and her sister-in-law took advantage of that and tried to throw a punch on my daughter. Well, my daughter tried to throw a punch at her. There was a bar between them, a breakfast bar, and her sister-in-law's boyfriend pulled out a .40 caliber Sigma Smith & Wesson and pointed it at my daughter holding my 3-year-old granddaughter. And this is one of the reasons I've been on, because I'm aggravated, and there's a lot of depression because I learned a lot about the laws. Well, when he pulled his out, I got her husband, the defender of her and my grandchildren, threw himself on the floor to get out of the way. He's a real manly man, you know. And her father-in-law ran out the door, scared to death. Her sister-in-law ran into the bathroom. So I pulled my daughter and my granddaughter behind me and stuck my gun in his face and thumbed the safety off. And my father was a policeman for 30 years, and he taught me self-control. You have to be aware of everything around you, where your shot placement is going to go, and make sure that nobody else is going to get hurt. Well, this idiot had his children with him. One of them was 5 and one of them was 3, and they're running around in there. Then he's pointing a gun at my daughter with my 3-year-old granddaughter there. This guy doesn't have a permit, and you know what they charged him with? Fear by threat. 2 counts, one for my daughter, one for my granddaughter. Came out to be both misdemeanors. He doesn't have a permit, but they're both misdemeanors. A $240 fine and 1 year's probation. Now, when I put my gun in his face, I could have shot him. I mean, legally and morally, but I was taught by my father, just because a guy's holding a gun doesn't mean he's going to use it. When I stuck my gun in his face, he turned white. I've never seen a human being change color so quickly. He ran and hid behind a refrigerator, and I was loud. Yes, I was trying to keep control of the situation, but I made him put his gun on the refrigerator. My daughter got it and put it on the stove. My wife got it and handed it to me. So at gunpoint, I made him come out, showed me he didn't have any more weapons, and when he did, I put my gun away. The police showed up, arrested him, and took him to jail. He had to pay $3,000 to get out, but they gave it all back. And he got a $200 fine. Now, you know what? I'm not for gun control at all. But a fucking idiot that pulls a gun on a woman holding a 3-year-old child, I should have turned his head into a fucking canoe. You know? I don't get it. What purpose does a grown man have pulling a gun on a woman and a child? You know what? Guys like him use guns to try to make themselves look big. We've been in court and arguing and fighting with her in-laws, and you name it, it's going on right now. But anyway, You know, I lost my aunt in January. March 4th, my grandbaby, my youngest grandbaby, was a year old. Um, May 18th was the 2-year anniversary of my father's death. You know, my mother's had some heart issues, and she's in and out of the hospital. My wife's in and out of the hospital, and just had a lot going on. But I missed y'all, but I'm back right now. I don't know for how long, but I'll be damned if I ain't gonna pump out some videos for y'all. What the moral of this story is, I want everybody to know, you can practice shooting, you can hit the bullseye, but do you have the mental capacity to carry a gun? Are you intelligent enough? There should be some kind of intelligence, you know? They say ignorance is bliss. He could have shot and killed my daughter and my granddaughter. And then I would have had to kill him, and then they'd have had to explain to his children that a man shot and killed his father. There's a lot that has to go through your mind in the process of deciding that instant whether you're going to pull the trigger or not. So between the holster and his face, it was an epiphany. Everything my father taught me fell right into place. I'm not, Mr. Wyatt Earp. I didn't get a permit so I could pull a gun on people. But by God, people, arm yourselves. There are idiots out there that have guns, whether it's legal or illegal. They're idiots. Arm yourselves. Protect you, your family, and your friends, and any innocent bystanders in the process. Anyway, shout out to all my boys. Southern Manuel, knuckle bump, buddy.